Let's have a story. Muggamore by Brian Stark. Up on a mountaintop, high on a Swiss Alp, mountain dwarves named Muggestoots were working about. Deep inside bunkers they existed and thrived, mining stones under the Hasleberg countryside. What do they do in these sunken dark places? They make wonderful machines that transform silly faces. Your face can be youthful with these filters. You'll linger, all with the speedy, quick touch of your finger. And what do we call this simply wondrous machine? Why, this thing that we want is called a new screen. A screen's a device that can do everything except Abwasch and service and Zimmer puts in between. The screen is clear and pretty as can be, and it's made with all-natural PHT. What is PHT, and why is it so good? This wondrous material is made from crystal and wood, and water they freeze, which stays slick quite remarkably. PHT is Permalp Hydrovasser technology. Through crystal mechanics you'll love till you're mad. You'll find this new screen in this new Sunday ad. Diction convinces you to have fun with the reels and gives you a sensation of many a feels. How does this thing come from the ground most all rocky? The builders a group short in stature and stocky. For the ones in the know are the ones who will not grow, and their stuffiness for their screen's a bit cocky, you know? They guard their treasures deep under the hill. In Muggamore land, they'd be mining it still, if only they could. For if only they would have known the true cost of the environmental bill. These literal people called Muggestoots were known to dwell under the mountain as they mined and they groaned. They harvested fresh water, crystals, and stone to make the smooth, clear screen that you own. And did people like it? Most certainly yes. And how much were they willing to pay? Can you guess? 40 raps and a cow and 3 sheep, nothing less. It was high time for crime on the Hasleberg, they say. 212 cows were stolen each day, and the sheep on the black sheep market, they weren't very cheap. But people would pay, and they'd pay, and they'd pay to finally have a screen in their pocket one day. They'd use it to talk or to share funny pics, which was obviously more fun than playing with sticks. And the Muggestoots were churning out screens day and night without stop, and they went to Reutte, and they built a new shop. Soon the gondolas were full of cows, sheep, and new screens being picked up and delivered by parents for teens. Everyone wanted the latest and best, and no one wanted to be left out from the rest. How would they talk, or play, or have fun? Without a screen in your pocket, your fun is undone. So the cows and the sheep, they disappeared lickety-split. And the farmers saw milk taper off real quick. Soon there wasn't cheese to go round, and empty fondue pots all littered the ground. But the screens lit up all day and all night, and the students were happy, but not entirely right, for their coffee was milkless, and grilled cheese was too light. "Enough!" barked a gondola operator named Sven Tony McToon. "This gondola's full, and there's simply no room for these cows and these sheep and these tourists too, and you'll have to do something with this layer of poo." All the kids looked up, and they saw under their seat, and they didn't much like what was under their feet. In the gondola they'd been riding while looking at screen, what they saw was a most horrible scene. A layer of poo to a Muggestoot's thigh, and a stench that quickly rose up to the sky. It was time to do something about this whole thing, and they put down their screens and started to sing. They sang songs telling where drunk sailors should go, another about someone from San Francisco, about roads in the country, and a quarrel with John, another named Jude, and the list went on. Songs about herbs and Lake Lemond, some you would lava and some you would like Signor Abate and Tumba La Laika. Then they broke out a drum for Guantanamera and finished it off with Tu se bon la terra. Yes, they sang all the way till the morning was broken, and some Bella said ciao, goodbye was her token. All that could be heard was a sound familiar to you. If you listen hard enough, others may hear too, the soft repeated sound of the lovely cuckoo. And suddenly, just like that, the screen stayed away, and so did the animals to be bartered that day. The other items they'd packed in their things, the heaps of green grass turned to hay, tied with strings, and with business distractions now incomplete, they found that the hay absorbed the poo under their feet. Gone was the stench and the brown on the ground, and the sight of shiny screens was not to be found. But what replaced it that day, I'm quite pleased to say, was the melodious humming of a full choral round. So, when you have the urge to go shopping, don't forget the animals slopping, and before you behold a screen in your hands, consider starting a choir. Start by waving your hands.